The home form seems to be saving our season. Welcome to another match reaction. West Ham 1, Southampton 0. And every time you hear a report about David Moyes, there's one game left. The Grim Reaper of football does it again. Uh, we've won a game again on another relegation clash, and I'll be honest, it didn't start well, but we did deserve it in the end because we created a lot. We probably didn't get enough shots off, but the amount of chances we actually created, we deserved to win that game. And the reason why I say that, the amount of crosses we put in that were misplaced and the amount of passes we put through on goal, and we should have supported Danny Ings more. Danny Ings did well. He held up play very well. But apart from them hitting a bar and a save from Fabianski in the first half, I can't really think of many clear-cut chances they created. Their set piece was very easy for us. They didn't defend that well. The offside took too long. Just way too long. This is why I don't like VAR. Luckily, we got the goal anyway. I haven't seen it back whether it was off or on or how tight it was, but it shouldn't take this long to figure out whether something's offside or not. And yeah, whatever. I'm not going to complain today because the first half I will complain a lot about the right-hand side of our attack because I've said this a lot on this channel, every time one of our right-backs get the ball, Jarrod Bowen is nowhere to be seen. He doesn't show for the ball. He always wants it in behind, so our right-back keeps having to pass backwards to whoever it is, whether it's Johnson, Soufal or Kera. And I don't think Bowen helps us down the right-hand side in build-up play at all, and I don't think he's good enough for build-up play. But it was a lot of backward stuff, and then when we got the goal in the end, I don't know who delivered it in. I'm assuming it was Rice. It was a right footer from what I can remember. But yeah, the first goal from Aguerd. Congratulations to Aguerd. He has he's going to settle in quicker than most people are in this squad, and he's had a hard season, and he could be the turning point for our season if he stays fit. Hopefully Zoom is okay. He looked exhausted when the match ended, and we've got some matches very close together. So us not signing a centre back in January really doesn't help. Because Kera at centre back, no, and we've only got Bonazuma and Aguerd as three centre backs. I was very confused when Emerson came off for Cresswell, but Cresswell made a very good interception at the end. All of the subs that came on did very well. The Flynn Downs sub, the Pablo Fornal sub, Downs won the ball a lot, scrapped it. A lot of shithousery. We love that from Flynn Downs, and Pablo Fornals didn't have to do much, but he pressed and he did a nice through ball. Antonio was annoying the shit out of all of their team. I would have taken off Benrahma for Fornals because we weren't going to have the ball much, and he does great work, Fornals. Fornals is better in the middle. But if you put Fornals on the left when we don't have the ball, he'll run through everything for you. Danny Ings did play well today with the lack of everything that he got. But what I will say is Antonio played really well when he came on. He's more effective off the bench. I hope Skamaka's injury's not that bad. I'm assuming it was just a late fitness test and he had to go to the stands to watch the game rather than be pitch side. But we'll see what happens with that. I thought the second half really made up for the lack of anything in the first half as well, because I think the second half was more high-spirited, scrappy, messy, ugly sort of win that we haven't seen in West Ham. And Fabianski did his job. I don't think Areola deserved to be straight back to the bench, but whatever. We know what Moyes is like. I was surprised Soufal didn't start. I'm glad Kera played today because he finds passes that others don't. He passes like a midfielder. He did get beat a couple of times, but I think overall he did play well today. I don't want him scapegoated every game. He did play well today. I won't be afraid of him if he comes up against a maximum, though, against Newcastle. I think Southampton, regardless, will have to come in for that game. And yeah, I reckon carry on with Kara, but play Southampton against Newcastle. I thought Paqueta and Rice and Emerson were the standouts. I think Benrahma had a bad first half, had a great second half. That sums up Benrahma quite well. He's had a good season, so listen, I haven't got many things to complain about. I think so. We're going to get there with the chemistry, and I think the left side with Paqueta, Emerson, and Benrahma combining, that's the way to go forward. Emerson, I was so wrong about Emerson because when he first signed, I was very worried. I spoke to one of my Chelsea mates. He said he's not as bad as you think. So I wanted him to start then instead of Cresswell, and it's taken a long time. And now that he's getting a run of games, he's starting, and he's playing well. So I really like the fact that Emerson's played well. He's embraced the club. He's scored a goal, scored a couple goals for us. He's scored one against Bucharest, one against Chelsea. Yeah, he's played well. Paqueta played like a defensive midfielder, not in terms of positioning necessarily, but all the things that you want from Paqueta, he gave you the opposite. Now, he is one of the most hardest working players in Europe, according to all them stats stuff from last season. I saw that when we were linked to him. But he did all the scrappy work. Like, as soon as he lost the ball, win it back. Come on, let's go. He did some nice passes, but I wanted more from him on the ball today. And that's the only thing that was stopping him from getting man of the match from me. Man of the match will come to in a second. Who else am I not spoken about? I think I've spoken... Aguerd'S Zuma. Aguerd'S Zuma, brick wall. Nice defence. When they play with each other more, they'll get used to each other more. And they're both... Them two and Benrahma are both all fasting as well. I don't know how footballers can play while they're fasting, but that is some superhero shit that I would never be able to do. So credit to everyone that's fasting and playing football. I don't get how you could do that, but fair play. Who else? Yeah, I'll just end this on Declan Rice. The man played so well throughout everything. He tried to start counter-attacks. He was the last line of defence. He was covering for everyone that was out of position. The guy was like your fifth defender, your third midfielder. Like, this is what he was. Like, he was just everywhere today. He was... He just turned up. He turned up in big games. Like, we know this about Declan Rice. He turns up in big games. He was very good in possession. He's added passing in between the lines this season. And people have been demanding that from him. But he has done that. And when you play him as a solo DM with two people supporting him, he plays well for us anyway. Maybe not as well for England. But he has played well for England in that position. But for us, ever since we've done the 4-1-4-1, apart from the Brighton game, it's been better than the 4-2-3-1 and the 5-4-1, etc. Although we didn't even lose with the 5-4-1, but it doesn't allow us to attack. So, whatever. We've got Newcastle coming up, and we've got Fulham after that. I think we can get something out of those games. We've got a chance. Whether we do, different conversation. We are unbeaten at home in 2023, and I'm very happy with that performance today. And I've always said, I think we'll be safe, I think we'll be fine. But it does look bad when you're 19th after nobody has played. We are now probably the only team in the relegation battle that hasn't changed their manager. Brendan Rodgers has been sacked from Leicester. So we'll see what happens, who they appoint as well. Results don't go completely for us today, in a week. Wolves and Forest drew, that was good for us. Leicester losing is good for us, but Palace winning isn't. And Bournemouth won, but Leeds lost as well. Everton got to play tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes as against Tottenham. So you never know. Sean Dyche could be doing wonders. But we will see. We will see. Okay. Leave a like, guys. Let me know if I should do live streams. Subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow, and an email for any inquiries. And I'll see you guys later.